So thank you. I'm really excited to do this. When we were talking about it, there was going to be that we were going to sit together and someone else was going to interview us. And I was like, well, no. It's like, I want to interview them.
Yes. And I want to be interviewed by you.
Yes. Exactly. You know, so we spent.
I'm indifferent.
When I heard that we were going to be redoing Aladdin, there was like that combination of, oh my God, that's fantastic, and then stark terror.
Terror.
Yes.
I was waiting for it. I was like,
terror.
Yeah, I
Terror.
know,
So
I know.
what was your first reaction when you found out you were going to play one of the most iconic characters
Will, stop.
in the history of cinema?
I mean,
Ever made.
no pressure. Honestly, I was excited. I think maybe I got to the fear maybe a little bit later, but because the thought of humanizing an animated character that's iconic is great, because you're going off an animation, which means that there are definitely certain things that are the foundation of a character.
Absolutely.
But you can humanize that person, you know,
Yeah.
which is so exciting, because then I could make her into a woman that was so many different things.
Absolutely.
So that was exciting for me, and because she's obviously one of my favorite Disney princesses.
Yeah.
For reals, I'm not just saying that. Not just saying that because I'm
She
playing
is
her.
now.
She is,
Yeah.
exactly.
So for me, it was just exciting. And then the fear came.
Then the fear, yeah.
Still is present.
How about you?
I didn't have time to think about it. I don't know if I ever told you this, but I found out I got it on a Wednesday and had to fly out on a Friday.
Wow.
For 6 months. So I had a day and a
Of
half
course.
to pack all my stuff.
Yes, I remember.
Because of your schedule.
Yes, always. Wait, aren't we here?
Terrible.
Because
Actually, you know what? I
where
think
are
it
we
may have
in
been a
the
better idea to let someone else do this interview.
Where are we right now in the world?
No, but it was good. It was good because I didn't have time to dwell on it.
Yeah.
It was just
Yeah.
like, all right, here it is.
Yes.
Go.
Yeah.
Like, you do not have time to stop and overthink this. So it was good. I think it was a blessing in disguise.
Who in your family or friends like that, when you told them, who was the person that was most excited about it?
I woke up my parents at 3 a.m. because I had wrapped on another film that I was finishing up. I came home. My dad, I've never seen him more excited. He like jumped out of bed, gave me a hug, and I think my mom was half sleeping, half crying. She was like, really?
Oh, your mum is so
Crying.
cute as
That is
well. Your mum is the
fantastic.
best.
That is fantastic.
What about you?
I think everyone may have told a few people that what was going on at the time, but my favorite reactions, one was my friend Adrian, who literally just went, girl, bye, and then just hung up on me, and then like took a good 15 minutes before he rang me back. One of my other really good friends, Shelley, she just burst out crying. And my brother, as you know, Will, the only reason he cared that I was in the movie is because of you.
I know.
And that's true.
Big fan.
He
Yeah.
literally
Big fan.
doesn't really, he's not that bothered about what I do, apart from the fact that I'm in a movie with Will Smith, because he is the biggest Will Smith fan in the world.
What about you? Because, you know,
Yeah.
you've done this for so long now.
yeah.
Was this
Not
even a
sure if this is
surprise?
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
is this
is-
a-
yeah, he went the other way
How do
on
you
me.
feel
You know,
about
it
this?
just caught me off guard a little bit. You know, when the questions are coming back. No, you know, it was. You know, for me, the major thing was how huge and perfect a character Robin Williams had already played in the movie, right? And I've been in these situations before where things have come up where you have roles where people have nostalgic, emotional connection to, you know, and it's. I love Robin Williams. I love what he did with the genie. And the question I always ask myself with those kinds of roles is, is there any meat left on the bone, right?
Yeah.
Can you do a service to the love and nostalgia that is connected to it, while at the same time bringing something new to the next generation? I felt it a little bit with Muhammad Ali when I played Ali. That was absolutely terrifying. And then I've never felt it in a strange way, even more so with the genie.
Yeah, no, I
Right?
can
It's
understand
more.
that.
It's like the character becomes ingrained in people's hearts and minds in a way that it's like a family member.
Yeah.
You know, so I was terrified in that sense, and I watched the movie about 10 times, and I did feel that because it was live action, and because there is such a distinct character that I have played historically, I thought it would fit nicely.
Yes.
In
Absolutely.
the modernizing of the genie, where I could pay homage to Robin and honor and be wildly respectful to his depiction, while at the same time bringing something new.
And he's human
Yeah.
as well in this movie. Like you flick between
Yes,
the two.
yes,
So there's
absolutely.
that other dimension, you know.
Where you add the
Exactly.
human going
The
from animation. Yeah,
humanizing.
I think if it hadn't been animation before, I wouldn't have
Yes,
taken it.
right,
Because it was
right.
animation and we could
Yes.
humanize. That was the meat on the
A
bone
little
that I felt.
something.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Absolutely. There was a scene, and I hope I remember what Mena's line was. What was his actual? What was the line supposed to
Yes,
be?
yeah, we need to get this right,
the
don't
line.
we?
It was
It
he was talking to
Okay.
Jafar.
He's
So
not.
he's Sultan.
He's not who he says he is.
He's not.
My
he says
Sultan.
My
He is-
Sultan. He's
Jafar
not.
is
is
not
who he says he is.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I believe that the actual quote was,
He'd given up at that
"My
point.
Sultan, him nam him whom seem him is." It was like,
You nail that every
it
time.
was like, I'm sorry, sorry. Can you say that one more time? And he couldn't get the words out. My Sultan, him nam whom him seem him is.
But I committed to the acting, right?
But then Marwan had the line after.
Yeah.
So Marwan went, "Oh, I'm not whom I'm. Same I'm is." And then you were like, "Oh, he's not.
Him nam whom him seem him is.
And then we got it printed on.
Yeah, you got to.
Yeah, I got it printed on shirts.
shirts for us
My
as a
Sultan,
rap gift.
him nam whom him seem him is. And it's like once that happens in a scene, it's done. It's
Yeah.
like there's this
Woo.
crazy thing that happens
Take a
with
break.
actors where
Yeah.
once because a lot of times we're looking in each other's eyes and we have to say something.
waiting
and
for
you're
it.
waiting for it. It is so to me that is, as an actor, there is nothing more difficult than playing a serious scene
Yeah.
once
Trying
you've
not
started
to
to
laugh.
giggles. What would you say is like what of your most memorable experiences? I mean, there were huge, gigantic sets, huge songs, and wonderful days. And it was like this movie is one of those films that it literally has everything you'd ever want to do in a movie:
Yeah.
action, drama, special effects, singing, dancing. So, what would you say was one of your greatest experiences?
I would say personally, shooting Speechless.
Speechless.
Yeah,
Yes.
because it was a
Yes.
very emotional day.
Yeah.
Also, what was really cool about that is it was a one shot,
Yeah.
and there was a handheld camera, and it was kind of following me 360.
Yeah.
And I think I just felt like, and as you said about getting through something difficult, I just had to kind of give myself space, get into the zone, because I was singing the first half live as well,
Yes,
which is
yes.
difficult as well because I was kind of being moved around. So you're trying to control your voice and then going into the song.
Yeah.
I just had to give everything. I mean, I think I had veins popping.
Yeah, it
but
was
then
fantastic.
like the end
Killed it.
result,
Fantastic,
it
yes.
felt, it felt like after that day I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
But
It was beautiful because that's your signature on the new version.
Right,
That
exactly.
song. So
Yeah,
it
exactly.
is-
As you
it's
said
the-
about bringing something
bringing
new,
something
that
new,
song
yeah.
is. It's a really important song, I think, to the character
It
because
really
it
is.
it is that point that she kind of comes into her own and she says, "I'm not going to go speechless," and she's constantly been shut down. I think a lot of people can relate to that.
Absolutely.
A lot of
In this day and age, for
sure.
sure.
Whole New World, I knew that one thing I did not want to do is do a cookie cutter, sort of cut and paste copy of what we had in the animated. I wanted it to be a revamped arrangement. And we had a revamped arrangement also for the Broadway show. But especially with a song that iconic, you want it to sound fresh each time. And Chris Benstead came up with a really neat kind of figure. Still the song, but the arrangement figure really gave it a new direction to go in. much more of a pop direction. I really like that. And I love the version that's in the movie. It is much more pop, contemporary pop. It's got a really nice propulsion to it. It's very exciting. He's having fun with it, and he's sort of doing some reinvention. And a lot of the people who know this song really well, because they know the project, will go, "Oh, he's playing off of the original lyric, but having fun with him." But it stays close enough, so I think Howard Ashman would have been appreciative of what he did and probably loved it. It also opens up in all kinds of other ways. That moment where the number just stops, and he's waiting for the Sultan to give his approval for the downbeat on the big kick line is totally new. And then when he goes to the kick line, it's so Prince Ali. It's really stretching it out. It's a whole new Prince Ali. In our original conception, we knew that one of the things we wanted to do in this telling of Aladdin was really go deeper into Jasmine, who she is and what she wants and how she grows. And thus the song Speechless was written basically as an empowerment song, a female empowerment song, and expressing how Jasmine really, wants to be the future of her country, of her, of Agrabah. But she really wants to find her voice, and her voice was being squelched. And that's where the song Speechless came from. And she, it was really exciting to be able to write that song for that character and for hear her sing it. And he wanted to have almost like a hip hop feel to it. And we listened to various, pop songs to get, is this what you mean? Is this what you're talking about? And then we applied that to the arrangement. And that was probably, I think One Jump was probably the toughest one to rearrange because it involved sort of the most reinvention of the basic feel. And again, it's ended up really working.